Hello, friends. Welcome back to your safe space for learning, the Easy English Listening Zone. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ethan. It is honestly such a pleasure to be back in your ears today. How are you feeling, Emma?
You know, Ethan, I am feeling genuinely great. There is something about sitting down to record these sessions, knowing that somewhere out there, someone is listening on their commute, or while washing dishes, or just taking a quiet moment for themselves. It just fills me with energy. How about you?
I couldn't agree more. I'm fantastic, really. I think today is going to be special because we are stripping away the complex grammar rules and the textbooks. We are getting back to the heart of why we learn a language: connection.
Exactly. Connection. Today isn't just about vocabulary. It's about the flow of real life. We are talking about real everyday dialogues, specifically that moment when you want to reach out to a friend and make a plan. It sounds simple, right? But I know for so many of you listening, that moment of asking, hey, do you want to hang out, can be a little scary in a second language.
It really can be. It's that fear of rejection or just not knowing the natural rhythm of how to set a date. So we are going to break it down. We're going to help you find that confidence.
Before we dive into the story of our two friends, Leo and Mia, I just want to remind you, if you find value in what we do, if this podcast feels like a helpful friend to you, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. It's a small gesture, but it helps us keep this community growing.
Absolutely. Join the family. Okay, Emma, set the scene for us. What is the plan for today?
The plan is simple, fun, and very practical. We are eavesdropping on a conversation between two friends, Leo and Mia. They are doing something we all do, trying to organize a meetup for the weekend.
I love these kinds of dialogues because they are the building blocks of friendship. After we listen, Emma and I are going to take you by the hand and walk through the conversation step by step. We'll look at the words, sure, but also the feelings behind the words, the nuance.
And of course, we'll give you plenty of extra examples, so you can take these phrases and use them in your real life immediately. By the end of this episode, we want you to feel ready to text that friend you haven't seen in a while and say, let's meet up.
That's the goal. All right, are we ready to listen?
Let's do it. Everyone, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let's listen to Leo and Mia.
Hi, Mia. How are you?
Hi, Leo. I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm great. Hey, are you free on Saturday?
On Saturday. I think so. Why?
I am going to the park. Do you want to come?
The park? I love the park. What time?
Around 2 p.m. We can walk and maybe eat some ice cream.
Ice cream? Yes, that sounds perfect.
Great. So I will see you on Saturday.
Okay, where can we meet?
Let's meet at the big tree near the entrance.
The big tree. I know it. Good idea.
Perfect. It's a date. Well, not a date, you know.
I know, silly. A friend's date.
Exactly. See you then, Mia.
See you, Leo. Bye.
That was just lovely. It's such a cute, low-stress interaction.
It really is. It's successful, it's friendly, and it gets the job done. Leo and Mia just made a plan for the weekend. And listening to it, you realize that English conversation doesn't have to be complicated to be effective.
Right. It's very common. If you are listening to this, I guarantee you will have a conversation exactly like this one at some point. So let's go back to the very beginning. Let's rewind to the moment Leo walks up to Mia.
He starts with the absolute classic. He says, "Hi, Mia. How are you?"
The number one question in the English language, how are you? But notice Mia's response. She doesn't just answer, she keeps the ball moving. She says, I'm good, thanks. And you?
I want to pause on that little phrase, "and you." It is two tiny words, but it changes everything. When you ask, "and you," you are telling the other person, I see you. I care about your feelings too.
Exactly. It's the difference between a transaction and a connection. If I ask, how are you? And you just say, I'm good, and stop, it feels like a dead end. It feels a bit cold.
It does. It closes the door. But saying, "and you," opens the door wide. It shows reciprocity. And you can answer simply, just like Leo did. I'm great, or I'm okay, or even I'm fine, thanks. The vocabulary isn't as important as the rhythm of checking in on each other.
Precisely. So the pleasantries are done. Now Leo has to be brave. He has a purpose for this conversation. He asks the golden question, "Hey, are you free on Saturday?"
Are you free? This is the standard, natural way to check someone's availability. He's not asking, do you have time to participate in an activity? No, that's too robotic. He just asks, are you free?
You can use this for anything. Are you free on Monday? Are you free this morning? It's casual, and it gives the other person a chance to check their mental calendar.
And I love Mia's reaction here. Listen closely to what she does. She doesn't immediately say yes. She says, on Saturday? I think so. Why?
That is so important. We call that a thinking sound. It buys you time. It makes you sound natural, not rehearsed.
Right. If you answer too fast, it sounds like a textbook. Makes it sound like you're actually thinking. And then she says, I think so.
I think so. This is what I call a soft yes. She believes she is free, she's 90% sure, but she's leaving a little room just in case she forgot something. It's safer than saying a hard yes.
And then she drops that one crucial word. Why?
The investigator.
Yes, but in a nice way. Why here means, what is the reason you're asking? Or what is the plan before she fully commits?
Which is very smart. You want to know if your friend needs help moving furniture or if they want to go for coffee.
Exactly. And lucky for Mia, Leo isn't asking her to move furniture. He says, I am going to the park.
Let's look at the grammar here for just a second because it's interesting. He uses I am going to. He's talking about a future plan.
Yes, the be going to structure. It implies he's already decided. This is his plan, even if Mia says no. Leo is going to the park.
Right. It's not a spontaneous decision. It's an intention, like I am going to eat a sandwich after this recording. I haven't made the sandwich yet, but in my head, it's happening.
Always thinking about food, Ethan.
Always.
So Leo states his plan. I am going to the park. And then he extends the hand of friendship. He says, do you want to come?
Do you want to come? It is the perfect low-pressure invitation. It's friendly, it's open.
You can stick that phrase onto anything. I am going to the cinema. Do you want to come? I am going to study at the library. Do you want to come? It's inviting someone into your world.
And look at how Mia responds. She doesn't just say, okay. She matches his energy. She says, the park? I love the park. What time?
Her enthusiasm is key here. I love the park. It validates Leo's idea. It makes him feel good about suggesting it. And then she immediately moves to logistics. What time?
You can't have a plan without a time. And Leo's answer is very realistic for a weekend. He says around 2 p.m.
Around. That is a lifesaver word. Around means approximately. It means maybe 1:55, maybe 2:10. It signals flexibility.
Yes, because if you say at 2 o'clock sharp, that sounds like a business meeting. Around 2 p.m. sounds like a friend hanging out on a Saturday.
It takes the pressure off. Around noon, around 6, it's casual. And then Leo paints a picture of what they will do. He says, we can walk and maybe eat some ice cream.
There's that word again, maybe. Just like around, maybe keeps things flexible. It's a suggestion, not a strict itinerary.
Exactly. He's saying, here is a possibility. And honestly, who says no to ice cream?
Certainly not Mia. She says, ice cream? Yes, that sounds perfect.
That sounds perfect. I want our listeners to write that one down in their hearts. When a friend suggests something you like, don't just nod. Say, that sounds perfect.
Or that sounds great. Or that sounds fun. It is such a positive, encouraging thing to say. It confirms that you are on the same wavelength.
So, the activity is set, the time is set, now Leo needs to lock it in. He says, great, so I will see you on Saturday.
Notice the shift. He used I'm going to earlier for his plan. Now he says, I will see you.
Yes, we often use will for decisions we make in the moment, or to confirm a future action right now. The plan is solidified. I will see you.
It's like a verbal handshake. The deal is done. But wait, there's one piece missing.
The location. Mia realizes this. She asks, where can we meet?
Crucial question. The park is big. You don't want to be wandering around looking for each other.
Leo has a specific spot. Let's meet at the big tree near the entrance.
Let's meet. Let's is short for let us. It's the standard way to make a suggestion for the group. Let's go. Let's eat. And he's very specific. The big tree near the entrance.
Being specific prevents confusion, and Mia knows it. She says, the big tree. I know it. Good idea.
Simple, clear confirmation. I know it. And then good idea to validate him again.
Now, here comes my favorite part of the dialogue, the little joke at the end. Leo says, perfect, it's a date.
And then he panics a little bit. He realizes what he said.
He backpedals. He says, well, not a date, you know.
This is such a culturally rich moment. In English, date usually implies romance, but we also use it for appointments or scheduled times. Leo got worried Mia might think he was asking for romance.
He was a little shy, maybe. Not a romantic date. But Mia is cool. She laughs and calls him silly. She says, I know, silly, a friend's date.
Silly is a lovely word here. It's not an insult, it's affectionate. It means you're being funny or don't worry about it.
A friend's date. I love that description. It perfectly describes hanging out with a friend with a set plan.
And Leo is relieved. He says, great. So, see you then, Mia.
See you then. That refers back to the time they agreed on. And with a final bye, the plan is made. Success.
We made it through. That was a lot of nuance packed into a few seconds of talking.
It really was. We covered greetings, checking availability, making suggestions, setting flexible times with around, and even navigating the awkwardness of the word date.
I think what I love most is how supportive they were of each other. Good idea. That sounds perfect. It's a model for how to be a good conversationalist.
Absolutely. English isn't just about correct grammar. It's about making the other person feel comfortable.
So, Emma, now that we've broken it down and looked at the mechanics under the hood, I think our listeners are ready for the next step.
I think so too. We need to hear it again. But this time, you won't be struggling to catch the words. You'll be listening like an insider. You know what around means now. You know why she says,
Exactly. You're listening with new ears.
And that brings us to the moment of truth. We've dissected the words, we've laughed at the awkwardness of the date comment, and we've unlocked the meaning behind those little sounds like, Now we need to put it all back together.
This is actually my favorite part of the process. It's like watching a movie for the second time. The first time you were just trying to follow the plot. The second time, you see the details. You notice the lighting, the acting, the hidden messages. You are no longer struggling to translate. You are simply understanding.
Beautifully put, Ethan. So I want you to close your eyes again, if you can. Don't try to translate every single word into your native language in your head. Just let the English flow over you. Feel the rhythm of their friendship. Let's listen to Leo and Mia one more time.
Hi, Mia. How are you?
Hi, Leo. I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm great. Hey, are you free on Saturday?
On Saturday? I think so. Why?
I am going to the park. Do you want to come?
The park? I love the park. What time?
Around 2 p.m. We can walk and maybe eat some ice cream.
Ice cream? Yes, that sounds perfect.
Great. So I will see you on Saturday.
Okay, where can we meet?
Let's meet at the big tree near the entrance.
The big tree. I know it. Good idea.
Perfect. It's a date. Well, not a date, you know?
I know, silly. A friend's date.
Exactly. See you then, Mia.
See you, Leo. Bye.
Wow, it hits differently the second time, doesn't it?
It really does. It feels slower somehow, more manageable. I bet for many of our listeners that, I think so, sounded completely natural this time, not like a vocabulary test. It just sounded like Mia thinking.
And that is the feeling of fluency, my friends. That moment when the wall of noise turns into clear, meaningful thoughts. But, Emma, we can't stop here. Listening is passive. We need to get active.
You are absolutely right. The magic doesn't happen in your ears, it happens in your mouth. You have to speak. So here's our challenge to you. We want you to take this dialogue and make it yours.
We call this the remix. You have the script, Leo and Mia gave you the template, but you are not Leo and you are not Mia. You are you. So grab a friend, or if you're alone, talk to your mirror or your cat and change the variables.
Exactly. Let's play with this. In the dialogue, the variable was Saturday, but maybe you're busy on Saturday. So practice saying, are you free on Friday? Or are you free on Sunday morning? Change the day to fit your life.
And definitely change the location. Leo is a park guy. I respect that, but maybe you hate the outdoors. Maybe you're like me and you prefer the comfort of air conditioning.
So true. So instead of I'm going to the park, what would you say, Ethan?
Oh, easy. I'm going to my house to play video games. Do you want to come?
See, it works perfectly. The structure is the same. I'm going to place, do you want to come? You just swapped the destination. Or maybe you want to see a movie. I'm going to the cinema. Or you just want to relax by the ocean. I'm going to the beach.
The possibilities are literally endless. You can change the activity too. Leo suggested walking and eating ice cream, but maybe you want to be productive. You could say we can drink coffee and study together.
Ooh, I like that one. A study date. That's very useful. The point is, don't just memorize the script like a robot. Use the script as a skeleton and put your own meat on the bones. Customize it. Because when you talk about things you actually want to do, the words stick in your brain better.
That is such a pro tip. Emotional connection aids memory. If you love pizza, practice making plans to eat pizza. But Emma, I know there's a hurdle here. I can feel some of our listeners hesitating.
I can feel it too. It's that little voice in your head that says, what if I mess up? What if I use the wrong preposition? What if I sound silly?
The fear of mistakes. It is the biggest enemy of language learning. But I want to tell you something honest. Mistakes are not just okay, they're necessary. They're the growing pains of learning.
Think about a baby learning to walk. They stumble, they fall, they wobble. Do we look at the baby and say, oh, you're terrible at walking, you should just give up?
Of course not. We cheer for them. We know that the falling is how they learn balance.
Exactly. And it's the same with English. Every time you stumble over a word, every time you have to correct yourself, your brain is building a new pathway. That mistake is actually you getting smarter.
That is how we all learned. Emma and I didn't wake up one day speaking perfect English. We made thousands of mistakes. We said embarrassing things. We used the wrong words, and we survived.
So please open your mouth, speak, be loud, be wrong, and then try again. Because a silent student never makes mistakes, but they also never learn to speak. And finally, we've reached the most important part of today's journey. You see, learning a language isn't just about passing exams or memorizing lists. It's about opening new doors in your soul and your life.
Exactly, Emma. Looking back at Leo and Mia's dialogue, it's clear that it isn't just dry text. It's the care they show by asking, how are you? The flexibility of using around for time, and the warmth in calling each other silly in a friendly way.
I hope that after listening to this, English feels a bit closer to you, like an old friend rather than a scary subject. Remember our advice. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are the evidence that you are trying and growing every single day.
Here is a small challenge for this week. Reach out to a friend in English. Use the phrase, are you free? And invite them somewhere using, do you want to come? It could be for coffee, a walk, or just studying together.
And don't forget to leave us a comment telling us what you are going to do this weekend. For example, I am going to visit my family. We genuinely love reading your stories.
Thank you for spending your precious time with the Easy English Listening Sound. Your progress is our greatest reward.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and always believe in yourself.
Bye for now.
Bye.